come make a yummy fall treat with me. Come make pumpkin donuts with me. Now, note, this is not frying them. We are baking them because frying's too messy for me. No. Now would be a lovely time to set your oven at approximately 350 degrees. So that way while you are mixy, the oven is preheating. Alright, me and my grandmother's coat are making pumpkin donuts today. And if I had my life together, this would not look like this. I know you probably can't see the vast scope, but there's ingredients everywhere. Okay. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do here. Oh. I hope that works. We'll see. Okay, now I just need a little sip of my beverage. Delicious. If you have not tried, make a mocha iced coffee with brown butter pumpkin spice cold foam. It is delicious. And to jazz it up, my little barista put a little pumpkin pie spice on the top too, so it's very basic, but delicious. Okay, now that I've gotten my basic out of the way, we're making pumpkin donuts. I know I've said that like several times. I have multiple dishes. My mixing bowl for my KitchenAid is out of commission, in that it's dirty, and I don't feel like washing things right now. So we're just gonna. Oh! Sorry, so sorry. That was probably really loud. Okay, so making bigger messes makes more sense than washing the one bowl. Anyway, I need my measuring cup. Okay. I'm like, my beautiful locks and mane is in the way. Okay, so we need 1 1/3. Should I want to do it in that one? No, I wanted to do it in this bowl. Okay. Flour. I had a few people ask on a different video about my writing routine. So while I'm going through this, I thought we'd chat for a second. Writing routine. What do I do? I am somebody who ideally would have the most optimized writing routine. That's just how I work. My brain is very schedule oriented. I need to do things in an order. I need to have lists. I love lists. I can cross things out. There's nothing like a written list. My sister-in-law is corporate in that she has a calendar, and her whole family is on that calendar. Even her 2 preteens, teenagers. And they just all input their stuff, which is great. I hate technology. I'm not good at it. One would think, being a millennial, I'm millennial, cusp of Gen Z. Depends on what you want to look at it. 97. Middle of 97. Anyway, I digress. I need to write things down. If I don't write it down, I'm not going to remember it. I guarantee you that. There's no way, no how that no. So ideally, I would do that. Is that the reality of my situation? No. So this season of my life, I have an almost 8-year-old and an almost 4-year-old. My life is a little crazy. One wouldn't think that homeschooling is as what's the word I'm looking for? Taxing? Mind-filling? But it is. It's honestly like a full-time job. So, what brain cells are left after homeschooling sometimes are very minimal, depending on the day. Because if you have a strong-willed child like mine, most of the time, it's a grand old time. Most of the time. Some of the time, it is not. Nutmeg. Well, it says 1/8 of a teaspoon, but like to live on the wild side, so a little bit more. I like mine a little spicier. Oh, that bad boy's packed in there. It's about a quarter. I have 2 spatulas. These are called spatulas, right? We'll use the pretty one. We're gonna mix. So all I did is I mixed my spices, my baking powder, and my flour together, and I'm just kind of mixing it together. Have I historically done 2 separate bowls and mixed ingredients separate? No. Most of the time I just throw it all in one and hope for the best. But today I guess we're going to be all official since I'm showing you. Well, no, that's not true. Half the time I do it like this half the time. I do it like the other way where I'm just throwing crap together. All right. So I did that, and now I need to whisk. Oh, I need eggs. Do I have eggs? Ooh, I don't know. How many eggs do I need? Why are there no eggs on the list? What? How am I supposed to know? It's not listed. How dare you? It doesn't say how many eggs. It says eggs plural, so I'm gonna assume 2. That seems reasonable. Okay, this recipe lady didn't add how many eggs I'm supposed to do, and I don't remember. How am I supposed to remember those things? But I have my eggs fresh from my chicken butts.
Unfortunately, this is where my microphone decided to quit working because technology loves me. Remember that part when I said that I hated technology? It was like it was foreshadowing or something. I love that for me. Little does cute little Emma know that no one can hear what she's saying. You can literally see it loading on my face, the recognition that I actually found out that when I could read, yeah, there were indeed the listed number of eggs needed for the recipe. I needed 3 fresh from my chicken butts, not 2, 3. For the life of me, I have no idea what I'm talking about here. You'd think the person saying this that I would know exactly what I was saying in this portion of the video. I couldn't tell you. I'm pretty good at reading lips. Not a clue. I know it had something to do with the fact with my writing routine. I am not a natural born early morning riser. I like the moon. I have a twin sister, and it's been told for ages upon ages that I'm more of a moon child. She's more of a sun child, I guess. But early bird gets the worm and all that, especially when you have kids, and that's what the schedule looks like. So that's when I try to get a lot of my writing in. Doesn't always happen like that, but I'm pretty sure that's the gist of what I'm saying here. But it goes on for a while. So I will, for the sake of brevity and your own sanity of not watching a video that doesn't align with the audio, I will fast forward a bit here. Now you're going to mixy mix your 2 mixtures together, mixing them well so there's no clumps anywhere. I got out this big bowl, naively thinking that my gallon-sized bag would fold over the size of it. No, it didn't do that. But I'm going to dump my entire donut mixture into it because a trick I found making these a time or two is it's way easier to kind of pipe them into the donut molds over spooning it in. I just feel like the shape comes out way better than spooning it in. Obviously, it's personal preference, but I find this so much easier, and my donuts come out way better looking, which that's semi a problem for me sometimes. Once I get the mixture all spooned in there, I'm going to get out as much air in the bag that I can and put all of it into one corner. I'm going to cut the opposite corner because then I'm not having pumpkin mixture leak all over until I want it to, and then I'm going to pipe it into the donut molds. Again, it's way smoother to do it this way, so highly recommend, because most of us, who doesn't have a gallon-sized bag lying around, you know? And then you're going to pop these bad boys into the oven for a good 15, 16, 17 minutes. Everyone's oven likes to be a diva, so it's up to you. This is when I was near chaos trying to get a YouTube cover pic, because I have to use video over picture. That was near disaster, and I'm realizing this as I set them down. So they're going to pop into the oven until you can draw a toothpick from them cleanly. This was the part in the story where I went a little bit more in depth about my writing routine, or lack thereof, which I've kind of mentioned. But before I get into that, I wanted to take a second and explain why I didn't just pitch the rest of this video, start from scratch, yada, yada, yada. I felt like that was disingenuous, and this is why. Because at the beginning of the year, I made a promise to show the ups and downs of this journey that is writing and trying to get published, whether that's through indie means or traditional. I don't even know yet. I didn't want to just delete it, because for me, this is just highlighting the fact that I'm learning. I am not good at video editing. I'm not good at videography. I'm not great with the audio stuff. Like, this is all stuff that I'm learning, and I'm kind of doing it by myself, which is, I mean, a large part of what like indie authoring is there's so many different components that make it up. And I feel like it's disingenuous to act like I have it all together and I know exactly what I'm doing 100% of the time, because it couldn't be further from the truth. And I just think this so perfectly reflects like my writing routine. It's kind of a hot mess at this point, because I'm just fitting it in when I can. Thank goodness for my angel of a mother-in-law who takes my kids for a few hours every week, and I'm able to have dedicated time then. I'm also working on things like this video and stuff for the YouTube channel and other things too, but it is dedicated time that I can write, and so I'm very thankful for that, and that's awesome. But other than that, I am fitting in when I can. I'd love to have the most perfect writing routine, but that just is not realistic in this season of my life. I think it's really important to just take imperfect action and to do what you can. I think too often we're paralyzed by the idea of having a set routine, or this has to look a certain way, and it definitely does not have to look one way or the other. Getting it done is still getting it done. And I also had somebody ask me if I was a plotter, pantser, somewhere in between. Probably, definitely somewhere in between. I've definitely overplotted parts of my story. I've definitely underplotted parts of my story. But you know, it's all coming together. Like I said, I'm just taking imperfect steps, actions to get further in this journey. So thank you for bearing with me, because it's a learning curve.
I have to remind myself, deep breaths, Emma. This video is the video from HE double hockey sticks. I had another part of the video where I showed you what I did for the topping of the donuts, and I made like a cinnamon sugar pumpkin pie spice to dip the donuts in when they were done. And I don't know if it just didn't record, because I have no video footage of it. I'm like, I'll press record. And of course it's not there. Oh, my life from heck. From heck. Okay. What is this video? Okay, so I don't have that video. I don't have that for you. But what I did is I pulled these donuts out of the oven and I let them cool for a hot sec. They were clean when I pulled the toothpick out, so that's how you know they're a done. And I put cinnamon sugar in a bowl with some pumpkin pie spice, got the pumpkin or the donuts out of the containers, and then just dip them into the cinnamon sugar pumpkin pie concoction and put them on the pan. And then that's all you have to do. There's nothing really special. If the cinnamon sugar pumpkin pie spice isn't sticking, one thing I did learn from the little recipe, which was a nifty little trick, you take some like non-stick cooking spray and lightly spray your donuts. I'm sure you could do it with other things too, but they said to do that, or like maybe like a little bit of water. I don't know. Test it out, let me know. and then it will stick beautifully after that. You could also make an icing or whatever you wanted. You can zhuzh it up on your own. But that's what I did. But I have no evidence, video evidence to prove that. Because, of course, why would I? Why would I with the rate of this video is going, so.
And there we have it, the finished product. That is pumpkin donuts with our little cinnamon sugar pumpkin pie sprinkle sugar on top. So, I hope this was as entertaining for you as it was stressful for me. No, I mean, I had fun, minus the part where my microphone decided to stop working. So now I have to see how I can save that, because I don't need 24 donuts. My reputation with technology precedes me. The ghost of technology haunts me. This is why I should stick to writing. At least I have a semi-better track record with it, I think. Anyway, hope you guys like the deliciousness that is these baked pumpkin donuts. Go nuts for donuts.